This tutorial is for 2nd grade, Module 7, Lesson 7. In this lesson, we're going to use open number lines to help us add money. The first question says, Grace has 3 dimes, 2 nickels, and 12 pennies. How much money does she have? We're going to write our final answer in a sentence. So to start with, I'm going to write that sentence where the answer belongs. This reminds me of the goal of the problem. So at the bottom, I'll write Grace has blank, and that's where I'll fill in the amount of money Grace has. Now the beauty of an open number line is we can start it anywhere we wish, and students can skip count along the number line at a level that matches their ability. For example, to start with, we have 3 dimes. Now some students might show this as starting at 0 and doing 3 hops of 10 to show the 3 dimes. When we skip count along the number line, we want to show how big each hop is and where each hop lands. So I have 3 hops of 10, and that 3rd hop then lands at 30. Some students might show the 3 dimes as one big jump of 30, which is fine. Again, it's up to the student what they're comfortable with and where they want to enter the open number line. Next, we have to add our 2 nickels. I'm going to show that as 2 hops of 5, and that would put me at 35 and then 40. And now I have to add my 12 pennies. Rather than doing 12 individual hops for the pennies, I'm going to break my 12 into 10 and 2, because I can do a hop of 10 fairly easily. 40 and 10 more is 50, and then I just have to do another hop of 2 to land on 52. Again, this is just one example of how the students can use the number line to add all these coins. So I'll fill in my final answer. Since I landed at 52, that tells me Grace has 52 cents. Let's look at the next question. This one says, Manny found 39 cents in the sofa last week. This week he found 2 nickels, 4 dimes, and 5 pennies. How much money did Manny have altogether? I'll write my answer statement at the bottom. I'll say altogether, Manny had blank. If I look back at the problem, I'm going to start with the 39 cents. That's where I'm going to start my number line. So I'll just start it at 39. Again, because it's an open number line, I can start it anywhere I want. Now, we talked before about when we add money, it's usually more efficient to start with your larger value. And I'm going to start with the dimes. I'll do 4 hops of 10. Showing each hop being 10 for each dime. And I'll show where I land for each of those. So I have 39, 49, 59, 69, and 79. Next, I'm going to add my 2 nickels. I can do that in 2 hops of 5, or because I know 2 nickels is the same as 10 cents, I'm just going to show another hop of 10. And I'll remind myself that that's my 5 and my 5. 79 plus 10 more is 89. And now I just have 5 more pennies. I'm going to break that into 1 penny and 4 pennies. That jumps me to the friendly number of 90. And then 4 more pennies after that would be 94. So I know that altogether Manny had 94 cents. Again, just one example of how we could use the number line to help us find the answer to this question. The next question says, Eli had 53 cents. He gave 1 dime and 1 nickel to his brother. How much money did Eli have left? We'll start with our answer statement. We'll say Eli had blank left. Now the situation here implies subtraction, since he's starting with a certain amount and he's giving away some of the money. That means I'm going to start with the 53 cents, but I'm going to put it on the right side of my number line, and I'm going to move backwards to show the subtraction. I'll start by subtracting 1 dime. So 53 minus 10 is 43. And now I have to subtract the nickel. I'm going to break that nickel into 3 cents and 2 cents. That allows me to jump back to the friendly number of 40 and then go 2 more from there. 40 minus 2 is 38. And that tells me that Eli had 38 cents left. Let's look at one more question. This one says Ricardo had 3 quarters, 1 dime, 1 nickel, and 4 pennies. He gave 68 cents to his friend. How much money did Ricardo have left? I'll write my answer statement at the bottom. I'll say Ricardo had blank left. Now, there's a lot going on in this problem. First of all, we have an amount of money for Ricardo, and then he gives some of it away. I'm going to use the number line to help me with that subtraction. In order to do that, I need to know how much money Ricardo had at the start. I'm going to use my skip counting skills to come up with that total. I'll start with the 3 quarters is 75, plus a dime is 85, plus a nickel is 90, and then 4 pennies would be 94. I'm going to start with the 94 on the right side of my number line because I know I need to subtract to come up with my final answer. And the amount I need to subtract is 68 cents. There's a few ways we could go about subtracting the 68. I'll show you one way. I'm going to start by first subtracting 4. That takes me to the friendly number of 90. I'm going to kind of keep track of that up here. Since I know I have to subtract a total of 68, I'm going to show that I've subtracted 4 so far. Now from the 90, I can subtract 60 cents in one big jump. Now students could do 6 jumps of 10 to show this, but I'm going to do it in one big jump of 60. So if I'm at 90 and I jump back 60, well, I can think of if I were at 9 and jump back 6, that would land me at 3. So starting at 90 and jumping back 60 would put me at 30. So I've taken away the 60 cents. Now I just need to take away 4 more cents because so far I've only done 64 cents and I need to subtract 68 cents. So from 30, I'm going to jump back 4 more cents, which puts me at 26. Ricardo has 26 cents left. Just another example of how we could use the number line to solve these types of problems. And again, the students might approach it from a different strategy than the one I used here, which is fine. We want them to be able to enter the problem at a level that they're comfortable with.